Hello, and thank you for tuning in to PE with Coach Matt. Today I'm going to talk all about the Level 2 exercises and routines in the Balanced Body System. That's what this whole program is going to be about today. So stay tuned in and you can follow along with these exercises. And I can do what I can to try to communicate this information to you through these episodes, but it's way more impactful if you come and see me in person. I have a class that utilizes these Level 2 exercises. So let me tell you a little bit about that. The Activities of Daily Living Club, Mondays at 9 a.m. at Ship City Fitness and Bath, 111 Center Street. This is a workout specifically for active seniors who want a smart, safe, effective, and fun routine. We'll work on core, balance, mobility, strength, and metabolism. Exercises are selected based on their relevance to the activities of daily living for the purpose of extending health span and maintaining independence. Now I'm going to be talking about the exercises in the Balanced Body System. Before I go into the particular exercises, I want to tell you what is this Balanced Body System that I'm referring to. Exercise is undoubtedly beneficial, but which exercises are most worth doing? The Balanced Body System is an exercise how-to database with guidelines to determine the best exercises for improving physical fitness. This systematic approach to training involves a movement assessment process, which informs individualized exercise recommendations for addressing physical limitations and identifying safe and effective movements. These recommendations are communicated via detailed instructions and picture demonstrations for hundreds of exercises, with guidelines for how to progress or scale down each movement. Additionally, a collection of complete exercise program booklets are available to print. The Balanced Body System breaks down each exercise based on level of difficulty. Currently, the first 4 of 20 levels are available for subscribers. Exercises at these levels are low intensity, low impact, and easy to perform. Thus, these exercises are perfect for seniors, for those with significant physical limitations, and for those who are new to exercise. They are also great for those with higher level fitness and skill, but may be looking to balance out their body. More levels will be added soon, with higher intensity and skill. But by subscribing today, you are not only accessing great information for basic exercise guidelines, but you also help to build that database. Next, let me give you a little bit more details and background information about the Level 2 exercises and workout routines. The Level 2 exercises include movements that involve standing and walking with assistance. Therefore, these exercises are appropriate for seniors, those recovering from a serious injury, or anyone with significant physical limitations. However, these movements can also be used by anyone else, including the young and the healthy. These movements can be beneficial as a light warm-up or a cool-down first thing in the morning, before bed, or in the middle of the workday. So the first thing you want to do, you want to complete the Level 2 movement assessment. The purpose of the assessment is to help you identify exercises that are appropriate to include in your routines, in that they can be completed safely, but they will also help you to progress. The Level 2 movement assessment consists of 4 exercises. If you are able to go through the full range of motion pain-free, under control, then you may include that movement and any associated prerequisite movements into your exercise routine. If you are almost, but not quite able to complete a movement, you may include that movement into your routines, but you want to proceed with caution. However, you would also want to identify the fault in the movement and include exercises that are recommended in the Balanced Body System database to address that fault. Now, if you are not able to do the movement, or if it causes pain, you will not want to add that movement in your routine just yet. You'd instead want to include the recommended movements given the location of the pain or the type of movement fault. These recommendations, again, are coming from the Balanced Body System database. Prior to beginning the physical assessment, consider the exercise type and how it is to be completed. There are your eccentric, concentric exercises where the body will move from one position to another, and for these, you will pause 1 second at each end of the movement while moving gently through the middle of the movement. Other movements are referred to as isometrics, and here you will just hold the body position throughout the bout of exercise. And other movements are referred to as open-ended movements like walking. Here, the object is to continuously flow through the movements. For the exercises in level 2, begin by performing 2 sets of 30 seconds each exercise with 30 seconds rest in between sets, unless noted of otherwise in the exercise instructions. Once you are able to do the movement for that duration without pain, with control, and through the full range of motion, you may progress to adding a set, doing 3 sets of 30 seconds with a 30-second rest in between sets. Once you are able to do 3 sets, try decreasing the rest period between exercises to 15 seconds. So you'll be doing 3 sets of 30 seconds with just 15 seconds rest in between. And then once you were able to do this, you may go back down to doing 2 sets of 30 seconds with 30 seconds rest, or you may look to progress on from that exercise. For the aerobic activities in level 2, progress as follows. In cycle 1, you'll just do 1 minute. In cycle 2, you'll do 2 minutes. On cycle 3, you'll do 3 minutes. For the stretching and core exercises, complete a single set of 30 seconds. Now, in addition to walking and standing with assistance, some safe and easy-to-use exercise equipment is introduced, including light bands, dumbbells, as well as the recumbent bike. With that said, let's talk about the level 2 movement assessment. Hello everybody, this is Coach Matt, and I'm here to work you through the level 2 movement assessment in the Balanced Body System. For more information about this program, visit thebalancedbodysystem.wordpress.com, and this is where you can find recommended exercises to address movement faults and pain points with exercise demonstrations. For any other questions that you have, you can contact me, matthines25@gmail.com, or find me on Facebook at Fitness with Coach Matt. Let's begin the assessment. So the question is, can you do these movements as described? I got 4 movements for you today, and you're going to see, can you do it? Yes, almost, no, or pain. Does this movement cause pain? Hopefully not. Let's try it out. So the first exercise is the push-up plank elevated to hip height. Set up a bar, a box, or any surface where you can put your hands on it that when you're standing upright, it is at mid-hip level. Once you have this set up, you're going to place your hands on that elevated surface with your feet on the floor. You're going to roll your shoulders back and down. You're going to tuck your chin, brace your abdominals, and extend your elbows. Now from there, you're going to walk your feet back from the elevated surface, and here the ball of your foot will be down on the ground and your body will be at an angle. And from here, you're just going to hold this position for 15 seconds. You're going to want to have a photo taken of you from the side view and from the overhead view. So the common faults on that movement will be shoulders rounded and shrugged, the hips deviating from a neutral position, and losing the neutral spine. The common pain points are going to be the wrists, the shoulders, the lower back, or the ankles. Moving on, next we have the walking assisted test. Use a walker or a cane or even a railing to help you for this assessment. But still, you're going to want to walk as balanced as possible with as little assistance as possible. You'll want to make sure to flex the toes up when the knee lifts, and you're going to walk for 1 minute. You're going to want to take a video of your walking or maybe some pictures from a front and a back view. And you're also going to want to track the distance traveled here. And what that might pick up are some of the common faults, which include deviating from optimal knee alignment, asymmetry of the hips, insufficient CT spine extension, rounding and shrugging the shoulders, insufficient ankle extension when the foot is lifted, favoring one leg, or less than optimal gait length. Common pain points include the ankles, the knees, the hips, the lower back, and the shoulders. The next exercise is standing with the arms overhead. So come up into a standing position, and you'll want to stand tall and balanced with the heels down at hip width. Then you're going to want to flex to extend the hips and knees. You'll want to roll the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin, and brace the abdominals. Next, raise the arms overhead as far as possible. Hold this position for 15 seconds. And you'll want to take pictures from the front and the side view. So for the standing arms overhead, common movement faults are insufficient shoulder range of motion. It could be excessive extension of the lumbar spine, or it could be insufficient hip extension. Some common pain points include the shoulder, the upper back, and the lower back. The final exercise for the level 2 movement assessment is the assisted sit to stand above the knee. So the first thing you want to do is set up near a seat that is above your knee, probably to mid-thigh height. And you'll want to begin with the hips on the seat, the feet on the floor, and the torso upright. You'll set the hands on the thighs. You'll tuck the chin back, roll the shoulders back and down, brace the abdominals. To begin the movement, you're going to bend at the waist, bringing the shoulders over the knees, and then you're going to press the hands down into the thighs. You're going to harness that momentum to lift the hips off the seat and stand extended at the legs. Then you're going to hinge to sit the hips back to the seat, keeping the shoulders forward. Once the hips are in contact with the seat, return to an upright torso position, and then you're going to repeat this motion for 30 seconds. You'll want to take photos at the bottom, the middle, and the top of the motion from a side view. You'll count the number of repetitions completed. The common movement faults on the assisted sit to stand are insufficient hip extension while seated, insufficient hip hinge while ascending or descending, insufficient scapular retraction and depression, deviating from optimal knee alignment, or insufficient hip and knee extension while standing. The common pain points are the knee, the ankle, the hip, the lower back, or the shoulder. Congratulations, you have completed the level 2 movement assessment. I hope it went really well for you. So, for more information on this test, you can go to thebalancedbodysystem.wordpress.com, and this is where you can find recommendations for all of these exercises based on how you performed. So if you had any movement faults or pain points, the Balanced Body System can help you to determine what the best exercises will be for you to do. For any other questions, you can contact me, Coach Matt, at mattheinz25@gmail.com or at Fitness with Coach Matt on Facebook. So if you can do, or at least come close to doing, all of those movements, then you can be assured that all other level 2 exercises will be appropriate for you. So now let's talk about the level 2 routines. Hello everybody, this is Coach Matt with you here, and I'm going to take you through the level 2 bedside routine in the Balanced Body System. For more information about this routine and how it applies to the rest of the system, you'll want to go to the balancedbodysystem.wordpress.com for recommended exercises that will be addressing any movement faults or pain points that you may have. And this website and database includes video demonstrations, booklets, and also these audio recordings. For any other questions, you can contact me at mattheinz25@gmail.com. You can find me also at Facebook at Fitness with Coach Matt. The first thing to take note of is that for most of these exercises, we're going to do 30 seconds each, and you're going to rest 30 seconds in between exercises. So let's begin. So you're first going to start lying on your back on your bed in a supine position, as they call it. And you're going to go from this supine position to a seated position. So begin by lying on your back with your arms overhead. Your knees are bent, your feet are up, and you're going to generate momentum by kicking your legs to sit upright with your palms down behind your hips. Alternatively, you can generate momentum to roll on your side and then roll to sit upright with the palms down behind the hips. Either way, you're then going to control back down to the starting position, and you're going to repeat this for 30 seconds. So now you're going to work your way into a prone kneeling position. So you're face down with your knees down. We're setting up for the child's pose. You're going to reach your arms out with your palms down. From there, you're going to sit your hips back to your heels. Your arms are going to rotate at the shoulder to go overhead, and you're going to feel the stretch underneath your arms. And you're going to hold that position for 30 seconds. The next exercise will be a floor-seated straight leg stretch. So you're going to flip around so that you're on your hips. You're going to be sitting upright. You feel those hips down on the ground, and you're going to extend your knees straight out. You want to sit tall. You want to tuck your chin. You want to roll your shoulders back and down and brace the abdominals. And once in this position, you're going to hold it for 30 seconds. So we're going to work our way down to the ground into a prone position. Hips are down on the ground, the chest is down on the ground. Now from here, you're going to roll your shoulders back and down, you're going to tuck your chin, and you're going to brace your abdominals. Then you're going to lift your head, you're going to press your elbows into the ground and lift the shoulders and chest off of the ground. From here, you're going to position the knees and palms down on the ground. Then you're going to gently return the body back down to the floor by dropping the elbows down and the chest down, and then get the shoulder and head down. Alternatively, from the prone position, you can generate momentum and roll onto your side so that you're in a side plank position, and then from there you can roll up into the prone kneeling position. Either way, you're going to do this for 30 seconds. Moving on, we've got the supine hip bridge holds. So start by lying on your back with your knees bent and your heels grounded. Once in this position, you're going to flex your legs to lift your hips as high as possible. And you're going to keep squeezing the hips. You'll feel this in the back of the leg, and you'll hold it for 30 seconds, okay? So now you're going to work your way back up into a seated position for some floor seated hands down behind. So you're going to sit with your hips on the floor, your feet on the floor, and position your palms down on the mat so that your fingers are facing behind you. From there, you're going to tuck your chin, you're going to roll your shoulders back and down, you're going to brace your abdominals, and then you're going to breathe in fully while holding this position for 30 seconds. That stretch feels amazing on the chest. We're going to go on to another one. This one's going to feel great for the hamstrings, the inner thigh especially. This is the floor V-sit with the hands down behind. So sit with the feet separated as wide as possible and have the knees go straight. Then you're going to set the palms down behind the hips. You're going to roll the shoulders back and down. You're going to tuck the chin. And then you're going to hold that position for 30 seconds. Now let's go right into your side-lying lateral leg lifts. So flip around onto your side, let the head relax down, and have the hips and knees extended. Next, you're going to flex the outside of the hips to lift the top leg without rotating the hip. So the toes are going to stay pointing straight ahead, and your heel is going to lift as high as your toes. Then you're going to gently return the leg back down to the other leg, and then you're going to repeat this exercise for 30 seconds each side. Okay, the last exercise for the series is going to be supine hollow holds with the knees tucked. So lie on your back with your knees bent, your feet off the ground. And then you're going to crunch the abdominals to lift the head and shoulders off the ground. You're going to reach the arms with the palms up, down by the side. You're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. So there you have it, the level 2 bedside routine. If you have any other questions about that routine or any of the exercises, contact me, matthines25@gmail.com, or on Facebook, Fitness with Coach Matt. Let's go right into the next routine. Hello friends, this is Coach Matt. I'm going to talk you through the level 2 walking and seated routine in the balanced body system. This is a lovely little routine. You'll feel amazing if you go through this today. For more information about how this routine fits into the greater system, you got to go to thebalancedbodysystem.wordpress.com and check it out. It explains the whole philosophy behind why we're doing these particular exercises. Any other questions you may have, you can contact me, mattheinz25@gmail.com. Also find me at Facebook at Fitness with Coach Matt. So let's begin the routine. First thing to note is that these exercises, each one of them you're going to do for about 30 seconds, with the exception of the walking, which is going to be up to a minute of walking. The first thing we're going to do is an assisted sit to stand above the knee. So you're going to first set a seat that is right above your knee, probably at about mid-thigh height. When you're standing up, it's that high. So from there, once you got that set up, you're going to have a seat with your hips on the seat, your feet on the floor, and your torso is going to be in an upright position. From there, you're going to set your hands on your thighs. You want to tuck your chin back, you roll your shoulders back and down, and brace your abdominals so you have the greatest strength on this exercise. And from there, you're going to press your hands down into your thighs. You're going to harness that momentum to lift the hips up off the seat and stand extended at the legs. From the top, you're then going to hinge to sit the hips back to the seat, keeping the shoulders forward. Once the hips contact the seat, you'll return to an upright position. And you're going to repeat this exercise for 30 seconds. You're going to keep yourself up in the standing position for the next exercise. This will be assisted step in place. So you may want to use a slightly higher surface or chair. You want this to be above hip height, something that you can hold onto with your hands. So once you have your hands on that object, you're going to stand tall and balanced. You're going to next shift your body weight over to one foot. You're going to lift the other foot off of the ground. You're lifting the toes and the knees. Then you're going to control that foot back down to the ground. You're going to transfer your weight over to the other side and you lift the other leg. And then you're going to repeat this. You're going to flow through this motion. You're going to continue it for 30 seconds. So stay in a standing position for the next exercise. This will be standing with your arms overhead. Bring your feet closer together. So you're going to want to stand tall and balanced with your heels down, hip width. You're going to flex to extend the hips and knees. You're going to roll the shoulders back and down, tucking the chin and bracing the abdominals. And then you're going to raise the arms as far overhead as possible. And once there, you're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Remain in a standing position for the next exercise. Here now you're going to be walking with assistance. So if you're using a walker or a cane, you can grab that now. Otherwise, you can set up near a railing. But even with this assistance, I want you to try to walk as balanced as possible with as little assistance as possible. Also, when you're walking, make sure to flex your toes up when you lift your knees. To begin your 1 minute of walking, you're going to return to a standing position and you're going to begin some arm circles. So you're standing tall and balanced. You're going to roll your shoulders back and down. You're going to tuck your chin and brace your abdominals. From there, you're going to raise your arms out to the side and rotate at the arm from the shoulder in a circular motion. Repeat this for 30 seconds. Okay, walk over to a wall or a railing. You're going to grab onto that railing below shoulder height, more at chest height or mid-abdominal height. From there, I want you to stand tall and balanced. And then you're going to rotate your body away from that outstretched arm. This will have the effect of opening up your chest and stretching your chest and shoulders. I want you to hold this position. We're going to do it 30 seconds each side. Let's stay in a standing position for the next exercise. This will be some linear press-pull motion. So stand tall and balanced. I want your thumbs to be touching your chest. Your feet are close together, heels down. Keep the chin tucked, roll the shoulders back and down, brace the abdominals. Now extend the arms straight out from the shoulders. From there, bring the arms back into the chest so the thumbs are touching the chest. And then you're going to repeat this motion for 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and have a seat next. So sit with your hips on the seat, feet on the floor, and the hands are on the hips. We're preparing for some seated hand on hips,
CT spine extensions. Begin with the shoulders and head relaxed. Then lean back in the seat, rolling the shoulders back and down, tucking the chin. Then relax, and then repeat this exercise for 30 seconds. Remain in a seated position. The next thing we're going to do is a seated tricep stretch. So sit with your hips on the seat, your feet on the floor. Tuck your chin back, roll your shoulders back and down, and then reach one arm over the shoulder and down back as far as possible. Use the other arm to reach further. Hold this position for 30 seconds each side. Okay, you have completed the level 2 walking and seated routine. I hope it felt amazing. So if you have any other questions about this routine, want more information, go to thebalancedbodysystem.wordpress.com, and you can subscribe today to get access to all of these booklets and more.
There's one more routine in level 2, but I'm going to have to save it for next time. So next episode, we'll talk about that final level 2 routine, and we're also going to talk about the after-school sports club. We wrapped up this week, and it was really a positive experience, and I want to tell you about the program. So we captured some footage of the action on our final day, and I want to tell you all about that program and show you what we're up to. And then following that episode, we're going to probably move on to the level 3 exercises. And so, these exercises that I've gone over so far are very, very basic. I would say these movements are really only appropriate for like 5 to 10% of the population. But as we progress, we get into level 3, level 4, and by level 5, all of these exercises will be appropriate for more than half of people who are looking to pick the smartest, most effective exercises for them. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Peace.